Last year we sold our house and we packed all our stuff into storage.
So I've loaded up the car, hooked on the camper and decided to go and see this beautiful country of ours.
When we get back from our trip, we want to buy our own small farm, so we're hoping to be encouraged by the way others are growing their own food and loving it.
We want to be encouraged by meeting new people and hearing their stories.
And to top it all off, we're excited that we've got another little one on the way. So join us on our journey of being rookies on the road to becoming farmers. So this week we've left Melbourne and we're on our way to South Australia. Before we get there, we're going to do a little bit of travelling, a little bit of family time.
What have we got in store?
Well, we managed to have a little stop at the 12 Apostles.
Well, there used to be 12.
Well, there used to be 12, that's right.
A couple of them got a bit tired and had a bit of a lay down and they're not going to get back up again.
We learnt that there's no longer 12. I think there's about 9. Is there 9?
And there's a few more on the firing line.
Maybe don't quote us on that, but there's some missing. And little Evie thinks that they're called fossils instead of apostles, or sometimes she also calls them waffles. What are they called?
Waffle.
Waffles?
How many of them are there?
No.
Are they fossils?
Fossils.
Or apostles?
Fossils.
No, they're apostles.
Fossils.
The 12 Apostles is one of those things that you read about or learn about in geography.
Yeah.
I honestly had really no idea whereabouts they were.
Where did you think they were?
I used to think that the Apostles were in WA, but they're actually in South Australia. So I learned something.
Are they in South Australia?
Yes, they're in South Australia.
Just checking. Now we've packed up and left Melbourne. We're on our way to South Australia, on our way to the Riverlands, part of the mighty Murray River system.
And we're going to try a hand at veggie farming.
So this larrikin, Bruce, he's the owner there on the farm and he can talk your ear off. He has so much knowledge and information about where he's been, what he's done, what he's doing.
He's actually second generation farmer.
We are really excited to learn from Bruce this week, especially just with his knowledge of organic farming. Like, this guy's been doing it for such a long time. He just ticks all the boxes and he just knows it back to front, inside out. So we're really excited about catching up with him and learning all that he knows.
Maybe I'll actually learn how to grow something. So Bruce lives on the farm with his wife Susan, and they have 4 kids, all grown up now, moved out of home. So it's nice for them to have some woofers there, enjoying some time with them and sitting around the table and listening to, I'm sure Sue likes us sitting there listening to Bruce's story, so she gets a bit of a break. And this week we were really lucky because we were able to share the farm with 2 other woofers. So we had Margie, who's from the UK, but she's lived in Australia for a really long time, and then Zach, her son. So together with them, we picked a heck of a lot of veggies this week. In particular, a truckload of pumpkins.
A truckload, exactly.
Well, I think a truckload times 3. He reckons we picked about 4,000 pumpkins. And we didn't pick pumpkins every day, so about 3 days out of the week that we were there, we picked. And
4,001, because you're carrying a little pumpkin.
yes. So we may have gone a little bit pumpkin mad by the end of it and came up with some fun games to play with the pumpkins.
Oh, what do we have?
We had some rolling the pumpkin into the line.
So you can get the closest.
So you get
like
the
bocce, but without throwing. A bit of 10-pin bowling.
Bit of 10-pin bowling
Or
with the pumpkins.
2-pin bowling.
2-pin bowling.
That was a lot of fun. And then what else did we do?
Or you played catch with Evie with the pumpkins.
Yes. She'd be
Learning
good
how to
on the
catch.
Australian cricket team. She can catch pretty well. Yep. Show us how it's done, Ev. So what Bruce has taught us, with us collecting and picking the pumpkins, when we cut the stems, that we need to line them up, in a straight line, and then that way he can come with his machine or his tractor afterwards and actually take the vine off the ground and cover the pumpkins with the vine. So then that way he doesn't have to store them in refrigeration.
That's right.
It stops them from getting attacked by frost.
If one were to go rotten, it would go through all the boxes, and so then it would make all the pumpkins rotten, where if they're on the ground, that one will just go down into the ground and it won't fester into the rest of the pumpkins.
We thought that was a brilliant idea. Are you a butternut or a Kent pumpkin? What do you like?
I'm a Kent.
Kent?
I'm a Kent.
Why?
Because it's sweeter.
Oh.
What are you, a butternut?
Oh, I prefer...
Tall and skinny with a big butt.
Party at the back. Pumpkins weren't the only thing on Bruce's growing list. He also had a heap of zucchinis, tomatoes, corn, squash.
So in the summertime, a bush will produce 1 zucchini per day.
Oh, wow.
And now, because it's got colder, I'm picking every second day, every third day, and not every bush will produce 1 zucchini, so they slow down because of the cold weather.
So the other thing we learned about zucchinis was actually links back to like the first week when we learned about bees, because we learned about the importance of bees. Bruce actually taught us about the pollination of the zucchinis, how like the flower hangs off the end and there's a male and a female flower. So the bees actually pollinate the male, like the male flower. They get the pollen out of the male flower and put it in the female flower, and that pollinates the zucchini so that it grows. And if it doesn't pollinate it, so if you don't have bees, the zucchini will stay really small and it won't grow green and lovely. So Evie, if you are wondering why Evie is dressed the way that she is this week, she decided that she needed to be Rapunzel, and so had
mad shirt bandana.
Had to make sure that she had something on her head that was long like Rapunzel hair. So she either had my shirt or a scarf or something tied to her head every time she was picking. Oh, the baby.
It's getting close, really close.
Now that's a tomato.
So we found out that Evie is a crazy tomato fan. Like she's got tomato eyes, she'll turn into a tomato because so many of the tomatoes that she picked didn't end up in the bucket, they ended up in the belly.
I swear I could never eat as many tomatoes as what she ate.
Well, she'd knock off like 2 or 3 in the morning just, you know, having a munch.
And these are like this size tomatoes. They're not like tiny little like cherry tomatoes.
Have you had enough yet, Ev?
No.
I'm going to eat this little tomato.
So Bruce sells all his produce commercially. He sells it to supermarkets, to other locals, to other people around the place. And what we got to see was the fact that when we picked the pumpkins, within 24 hours, they were in the back of his truck on the way to the shopping centre, on the way to the supermarket in town in Adelaide. And that was really cool to sort of see how quickly, how fresh, you know, those people are getting their food.
And it was iconic to see that farmer dropping off his veggies to the supermarket and then it being wheeled into the supermarket and put on the shelves.
And I'll tell you what, he doesn't mind spiffing up, Bruce. You know, he gets the flash boots on and the good shirt and the good pants and he's looking pretty sharp. So good on you, mate. While we were at Bruce's farm, we organised to do a bit of shooting, actually. We had a bit of a chat to him and they were saying that they have a lot of rabbits on their farm and we'd wanted to try rabbit for a long time. And with him being on the Riverlands, there's no poisons, nothing around. People don't poison the rabbits or anything like that. So they're in really good condition and...
safe to eat.
Yeah, safe to eat. So...
Some people will be a little bit polarised by it.
A bit iffy, yeah, about it.
Iffy by the fact that shooting cute little rabbits. But like Dean said, they're an introduced species.
They're an introduced pest,
Yes.
as such. And we're not out there to sort of murder them just for the sake of leaving them there.
We actually ate
Every rabbit
them.
that we shot, you know, it was a kill shot and we organised to take them back, skin them, gut them, all that kind of stuff and got them ready so we could organise to eat them, you know, the next couple of days.
And they were delicious.
They were really good, weren't they? It was a really, it's a unique flavour.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit gamey.
I think in all honesty, I know it's like that
You're not.
cheesy saying. But it does. It just tastes like chicken.
It's different to chicken. I don't know how to describe it.
It's
but
like gamey chicken. So the best part about our trip is that we actually get to learn knowledge and things that we can take home, and we're super excited to be able to share that with you guys. So this week Bruce taught us about seed saving and how easy it is to save pumpkin seeds.
talked us through the whole process of, you know, taking the seeds out, putting them on the gauze mat to get rid of the flesh and stuff that's stuck to
Yeah.
them. And one of the coolest tips that he told us is that there's kernels, or there's seeds in there. When they're round and full, that means it's a proper seed. Like,
So it will grow into a
yeah,
pumpkin.
it can and it will germinate. Or there's other ones in there that are flat.
No good.
They're
those ones out.
just tagging along. I don't know what they're up to.
There'll be more details about the pumpkin seed saving on the blog.
Yeah, I'll put a few things together and we'll get the information out there so you guys can check it out.
And have a go at home.
So something Bruce and Susan do really well when they have woofers there is that they keep you entertained the whole time. And the cool thing we got to do was kayak on the Murray River.
So we got to top off an awesome week by going out in the kayak and taking Evie out and seeing the cliffs along the Murray River.
And I'm just there like looking around because I love eagles, and it was just a haven for all these eagles and hawks flying around. It was just amazing to see.
All right, we finished in South Australia,
Riverland,
so
we're done.
we're
Moving
off.
on. Load up the car, throw on the camper.
We're off across the Nullarbor. I think there's going to be lots of driving.
How's it going to be? Like this?
Be like this.
And still going.
So we're doing an urban farm next week at Perth City Farm, and so for those people who have a small backyard, or if you live in an apartment, you can grow veggies too.
And we're going to show you how to and what to do.
Bye!
See you guys.